So welcome back everyone to Finding Forex. In today's video, we are going to be creating a little mini series. This series, I'm going to be trying to take an account from £200 all of the way up to £10,000. And we are going to be along for the journey, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys all of the trades I take, the winners, the losers, how much the winners are, how much the losses are. And then we're going to keep this series going until I hit the 10K mark. So let's show you some of the trades that I've already taken. So this is the account that I'm going to be using to flip my account from £200 all the way up to 10K. Now, I know what a lot of you are going to be thinking. There's been a lot of MetaTrader 4 news and MetaTrader news that's gone on. MetaQuotes is a Russian company and it's been banned by the US government and by Apple, and it's now no longer on the Apple Store. So how am I on an iPhone using this device, using this software? Essentially, if you already have a device that has the app on it and you don't update it and you don't do anything to it, you can still use MetaTrader. So for the time being, I'm not going to be updating my phone, so I can still use MetaTrader and take all the trades that I can on MetaTrader. And this is just some of the account details. So if we look, so we've got the deposit all the way at the top up here. We had a Euro USD small win, then we had quite a large loss on GBP JPY, then a break-even trade, and then we've just had a nice win on GBP JPY. Now, unfortunately, I probably should have held the trade. This was the trade that I'm going to get onto in a second. It basically came up to resistance. We took a nice sniper entry. If we actually go onto the Telegram channel, this is where we've got it. So we've got a 20, and look at that entry. Absolutely beautiful. As you can see there, sell 20, tapped us in to a T, and then started falling away. So I'm going to hop onto TradingView now and explain why I took this trade so you guys can also get some value. So this is the strategy, and this is the reason why we took this GBP JPY trade that resulted in quite a nice £45 winner. Now, I would like to add that this trade was in fact like £140 up in the green. Unfortunately, we did shut it at about half that, just under half actually. We went from 140 or £130 all the way down to 45. So we did lose quite a bit, but there was a reason why we shut the trade, and I'm going to explain to that reason in this video, why we took the trade, why I got out of the trade, and how I would to manage risk had it all gone south. So first of all, what we've done here is we're just trading zone to zone. That's how we're trading. We're not doing any Illuminati, Columinati, divergence, convergence, special Pythagoras theorem strategy. All we're doing here is trading off of zones, and we're trading bounces off of zones. So what we're going to do is to get a broader look at the markets. We're going to go all the way onto the weekly time frame, and this is why it's so important to get a top-down analysis done every Sunday before the markets open. Now, you don't have to do it Sunday. You could do it on market close on Friday or Saturday, but I do mine on Sunday evening, ready for the week ahead. So what we've got here on the weekly time frame is a beautiful support and resistance zone, right? As you can see, it's coming here, it's tested again and again and again. We've come and we've broken through nice and cleanly, and then we've come to test as support. This is a beautiful zone. This is a zone that I call like an absolute golden zone, because this has just shown time and time again that it's been respected. So it's got respected as resistance beautifully, might I add, and then it's been tested as support, and it's held as support, and it's tested beautifully as support. So this is what we got here. We've got a nice beautiful support and resistance zone on the weekly time frame. So if we jump down to the daily time frame, what we can see is we can see pretty much a more zoomed in version of what we've just seen on the weekly. So we've got support, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, and then touch as support down here. Now, it did have a little bit of a spike below, but no worries, it did snap straight up and above. And as you can see, my zones are quite small and quite snipery and quite precise. I know some people like to trade with quite wide zones. I know Trader Nick, for example, he trades with quite wide zones. I'm not really a fan of that. I like to trade with quite small sniper zones, and that's just my preference. His preference is slightly wider zones, my preference slightly small, precise sniper zones. And it doesn't really matter. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. He does it his way, I do it my way. Doesn't mean he's right, doesn't mean I'm right. It's just the way we like to do things, which is important with trading. So what we've done, okay, we've had a clean breakthrough this zone. As you can see, we're on the daily time frame now. We've had a nice clean push down, and we've pushed all the way down to here. Now, we could have put buys in, and if we did catch a buy zone, we'd have caught a beautiful trade. Unfortunately, we didn't, because we wasn't at the markets for this, because this happened like literally during the Asian session. The pound just plummeted and then shot right back up. So we didn't get this trade, but we did get the sales back on the way down. So what we're looking for is we're looking for a break, a bounce up, and then a retest of this zone for a continuation play back down to this zone here. Nothing, once again, nothing too difficult, all very simple and easy. So we're going to take our short position. This is where we had our limit set in right here, okay? We had targets down here. We didn't really want to get too greedy. I do want it to break below. However, if it doesn't matter. And now on account flips, I don't actually use stop losses, and I'm going to tell you why. And this is how I manage risk. So we had our entry right in here. It was literally the steepest of entry. You saw in the previous clip that it was literally like dot on, tagged us in, fell. And then that was like just a beautiful trade. So what you can see here is we got tapped in beautifully, okay? And now the reason why I don't use stop losses on these accounts is because I like to use a bit more of a dynamic risk. So what I would do is add a short position up here. So if we did break this zone, okay, we'd come to this zone, I'd add a position and put a sell on the markets, okay? And then what would happen is I'd target this zone, I'd set this take profit trade to break even. So when it comes in, it would take this out, take profit, and it would take this out, take profit, which would be the same. This first trade would get taken out at break even. This trade would get taken out in some nice profits. And it's literally that simple. So that's what we did, how we would have managed our risk had we decided, had the trade gone against us. So what we did, put a nice little limit in there. Once again, no stop losses, targeting down this zone, and it would have beautifully hit us, and we'd have been running in nice profits. Now, are you guys subscribed? Have you liked? Because your boy is going to be dropping loads of value for this entire series. So make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're liking the video, make sure you're commenting all your thoughts down in the comment section below, because it does help me out and it does help the channel out. And if you want to keep this content coming, you will do that. So the question is, why did I decide to close down this trade? Now, if we just go onto the old internet, what we're going to do is we're going to search up currency strength meter, okay? Now, this is a currency strength meter, and basically what this does is it takes all of the currency pairs, and it shows you sort of how strong a certain individual pair is. So we'll just continue recommended. As you can see, the pound is very strong today, where the yen is very weak, okay? This doesn't mean I'm going to just close it because it says this. The reason why I closed it is because if we go on to the 15-minute time frame, okay, like so, right, this is where we close out. See this candle here? If I just put it in replay mode a second, what we're going to do is we're going to stick it in replay, get rid of that. This is what we're seeing, okay? So we're seeing this bullish candle here, followed by another bullish candle. And by this point, we're thinking potentially what we're going to see is a bit more of a bullish GBP JPY. What I would also like to see, had I not closed, is price break this, because we are on a very steep push. Now, what I would like to see if I was to enter into sales again is a breakout of this trend line and then a continuation, because we are respecting this trend line beautifully. We want to see a breakout of this, and then we want to see a push towards the downside. So this is why we closed the trade out, between showing us some bullish price action and showing us on currency strength meter that the pound is very strong where the yen is very weak. We didn't want to be in this trade anymore, and I'm not going to fuss because we got in, we took our money, and we got out.